Afternoon, everybody. Hope we're having a great day here. Ooh, is my camera blurry? The camera might be blurry. Hello, let me fix my camera real quick. It's coming in kind of blurry. There we go. How you doing, Taurus? Low game line a little bit. I'm gonna set up. Final doggy got their nails done. So all doggies have had their little nails he's taken care of. Anyway. Just gonna give this a couple minutes to see if anybody else is going to trickle in before we get started. Yeah, pretty easy, relaxing day. We got Monty calmed down. Set my phone, make sure everything's working properly. Right, that's why I just take them to PetSmart. It's like 22 bucks. They clip and grind down all the nails, and then they trim in between the paw pads. So like cause like these dogs just shed all their fur away. Your dog got banned from a PetSmart? Why did you get banned from a PetSmart? What'd your doggy do? Being too violent? Okay, that's fair. Oldie new. I mean, some dogs react differently when they're on the stand. Mine are good boys, though. They're good doggies. I can't reach you to pet you, Monty. You're too far away. Once the initial ads end in a minute and a half, then we'll get into this. But I said that Monty was too far away, so Zoe came closer, so that way I could pet one of the dogs. Though I've had to get her to be violent because the next group of people, so two didn't have any problems. Who knows? There could have been another dog there that she was reacting to. There could be so many different things. Could have just been the environment in general. There's so many different things that could go on. Gotta raise the temperature in the house real quick. You know, if they're up on that table and something happens, then the flight or fight response kicks in. They don't have it where they can run to. Like, Monty doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. If they said he got violent, I would believe them, because if he has nowhere else to run to, it's instinct. That he wants to, if he feels he has to defend himself. But I mean, look at his face. This is not a face of violence. Look at his face. This is not a face of violence. This is a face of cuddles. Alright, ads are over. Let's get started.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Yeah, if anybody wants to recap of what's going on so far, just let me know. Oh, that's a new weapon. They added a new Psyker weapon to the game since I played it.
The anarchy at the starport will distress the hallowed machine spirits of the Voidcraft, rendering them deaf to all litanies of placation. The shuttle we use for the evacuation must be handled with caution.
I want to see what that Psyker staff was. The Visions of Death. Wise telepathy, okay. Target must pass a will save. If failed, target suffers Psyker staff's power level plus psychic rating plus 30% of their current health as mental damage. Provided the damage equal to 30% of the target's current wounds cannot exceed 300 damage. If passed, target instead suffers the staff power level of mental damage. So, this staff is an execute staff. Yeah, that's a staff to finish enemies off. Very interesting. New class? Am I prestiging into the new class? Also, in base game, without the DLC, you were ending on level 15, not level 16. So, didn't have access to the second class on the first, and by the end of Act 1. Executioner specialists inflict enduring excruciating pain on all enemies around them, exploiting it to quickly eradicate their adversaries. Focus on damage over time, melee damage, negative effect, crowd control, large amount of damage. I mean, I am gonna be an evil boy. Let's see where it hurts. The target of the executioner's next attack is under any DOTs. This target will immediately suffer 3 instances of damage from each of these effects. 2 instances if you're doing a burst or area attack. Damage dealt after all other effects of the attack are applied. Then all damage over time effects are removed from the target. So if you have like bleed or poison stacked up on the enemy, it does 3 turns of those status effects with when you hit them with your next attack, and then removes those damage over time effects. That could be actually really brutal. That could be really brutal. When the executioner inflicts a damage over time effect on a target which is already suffering from an effect of the same type, target immediately suffers an additional instance of damage from the initial effect. All damage over time effects of this type on target, including one just inflicted and one possibly inflicted later, have their level increased based on your Medicaid. This bonus stacks. Execution melee attacks inflict bleed to all targets. I might just go assassin. Just because I feel like assassin would actually be more damage than executioner for my character. Well, assassin is about hitting vitals to deal bonus damage, and like I don't have any Medicaid skill, so this thing dealing bonus damage based on healing, that's kind of not good for me because I don't do anything with it. So assassin might be better for that. Like my strength is okay at 45. It's not great, but it's okay. It's actually pretty. I'm pretty well rounded actually with my stuff. So, Scourging Strike. Execution melee attacks inflict 2 times strength bonus levels of bleeding on all targets hit. So this is all your attacks will inflict bleeding, and then you can do where it hurts, which will remove all damage over time effects, dealing triple their damage. And then further increasing the damage of your damage over time stuff. Assassin is just big damage instantly. Let's see. Until end of combat, all damage dealt to enemies by damage over time effects is increased by 100% after all other modifiers. Effect stacking can be inflicted by more than one executioner. I mean, Carnival of Misery, if I have 2 executioners, if I keep using Cabela, I have 2 executioners, that would be where it is. But aside from execution, the other one I would do is Assassin, which is big single target damage. Like, pretty much in a full 360 degrees around the enemy, it'll put a marker on them that if I hit them at that marker, it deals bonus damage. That opening, whenever an assassin hits an opening, they deal additional damage equal to 10% of the target's max health. After attack, the opening is moved to the opposite side of the enemy. Each enemy's openings that were not hit by the assassin during the assassin's turn are moved to a random side at the start of the next turn. And then your heroic action, your limit break, is that you make an attack with current weapon against the enemy. Attack cannot miss and deals 50% more damage. Also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the target's missing health. The assassin's dodge and dodge reduction Armor pen and parry reductions are doubled for the attack. So both are really good. I'll say this: both of the specs are really good. I kind of want to go Executioner to just to see what it's like. Because I can always respec later and go to Assassin if I don't like Executioner. Because I never really mess with damage over time. Yeah, well, we'll go Executioner. We'll mess with it. Yeah, all your melee attacks inflict 8 levels of bleeding on all hits. And then we'll do the same with Cabela. And then her, I'm going to go Master Tactician. No, her I'll go Grand Strategist. Grand Strategist takes a lot of smarts. Usually Grand Strategist is... Well, I move around too much to make it work.
Let's seize the opportunity.
And then the Arch Militant class, which is what I made my Sister of Battle, is designed around,
The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
Show them no mercy.
it revolves around setting up zones in, on the field and stuff. This is a very long range battle for me to be a melee person.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
So you get to set up a front line, mid range, and a back line. You get to move them around. And like backline helps with ranged attacks, gives you 9% chance for shots to go through targets, deal additional damage and increase crit chance. Your midline gives you better dodge reduction, and makes your cover you hide behind better. And then frontline gives you bonus to damage reduction penalty and increases damage enemies receive. So you're literally setting up like zones of control and stuff like that.
Hold on. Let's get to it. Damage is negligible.
me.
I see the forbidden. Purpose guides me.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Insignificant value.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. See? Right there. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I didn't know how many bullets it was going to take to beat that enemy, but I knew how many I was going to use.
I bring mercy and retribution. Fortune smiles on us. An ill omen. Aim for the heart next time.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let's make it quick. Hold on. Here we go. Let's get to it.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose. Ruin beckons.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Request approved. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to
So bounty hunters, which is what made two of my people, what they get to do is they mark an enemy as prey, and then kills against prey give them stacking bonuses. Such as, weak enemies give them a quarter of their health as bonus HP, or stronger enemies will give the bonus crit damage and crit chance until the end of combat. And then they get more stuff that stacks on that.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Each strike is a prayer.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Why would you do that? I want to walk around the main character. Dumb bitch.
You cannot trick death. It will claim me one day. What is this foreboding?
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'll paint your death in colors.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Let's get to it. Out of my way. Empyrean guides my gaze.
God damn it with all these freaking traps.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Oh, it's because the wing of this plane is right here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
That's what it was.
I'll do it.
The shadows will see it done.
Oh, come on. She's gonna take another hit.
I will not die in dishonor. Though I gave thee my blood and my pain, thou hast ordained that I shall live.
I feel like there's an excessive
The
number
navigator
of
is coming.
traps here.
Let's make it quick.
I'm so glad there's not that many more encounters that are like this.
Hold on.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
One step.
Running binaric override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Death comes in silence. Come, the other side awaits.
So many traps. God, why are there so
Duty
many traps?
prevails. The Emperor favors me today. I better myself through my service. Duty prevails. The Emperor favors me today. Never doubt me.
I tread a path unexplored. Intriguing.
Here's a bunch of health kits. You're gonna need them. I'm gonna what? Nothing.
The world will bow.
Let's see. Who are these people right here? The stench of Isolene and blood blankets the starport. Echoes of shouts and gunfire drift over the landing pads. Shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. Recognize Sergeant Malgar amid the crowd huddled next to the shuttles. He was the soldier who greeted you upon arrival at Requiem-Manoris. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malgar's wardens and the shuttles. Recognize them as the governor of the planet and members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been torn in the fight, and many bear wounds left by bayonets. Sergeant Malgar, the immediate report. What's going on here? Sergeant spins around facing you, his face twists a grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor and his gang of cronies have been carrying behind us, and now when things got rough, they thought they could scarp her, leave us here to die. We shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him. And after all this, you think that's fair? You little piece of grok shit. Malgar's stun baton hits the governor in the chest, causing the adornments of the governor's uniform to jingle in unison. Dara flinches and starts babbling desperately. No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond, when his head explodes. Body falls limp to the side, his remaining eyes staring upward. Of course, the noble screams cannot drown out the sergeant's spiteful whisper. Enough, you've said your piece. For generations upon generations, nobles of this world care for Requiem-Manoris and ensure the prosperity of its inhabitants. This is your gratitude, peasant? For killing a nobleman, you deserve to be executed where you stand. She throws out a hand as Malgar's knees buckle. My mentor is right. The rabble truly have no honor. You act like you're next. Look, now is not the time to kill each other. It's not the first time I've done the impossible. Get everyone out now. Yeah, I agree. Let's save your people and escape this. Knew you'd understand. Sergeant's voice is trembling slightly. He signals his troops, turns the shuttle about to board it. A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the concrete, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones.
You thought you had killed Aurora, false believers. Tremble, for I am Aurora. I am the herald of change. Behold the final dawn, and die!
Your struggles are in vain.
We got a Chaos Space Marine.
Sacrifice be gifted.
We're in danger. We are the epitome of in danger right now. I'm going to try something here. I got a risky play I want to try.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I will triumph. I will delight my masters with your demise. I need no guidance. I will triumph.
There is only death, yours or mine. Death whispers my name.
Show me what you've got. guided by faith. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Out of my way.
But of course. Will do. On it.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Purpose guides me. Rend the flesh, shatter the spirit.
So he's going to take 20 damage, or he's going to take 20 damage on the start of their turn. So that's good. I think my character's going to go down the start of Aurora's turn, which is not as good.
Running binaric override. Request approved.
Drop the armor reduction down to 6. Remove their dodge, drop their armor rating down to 35%, and drop their to hit to 1%. They have a 90 on their bonus to hit type stuff. Why doesn't Pascal have consumables? Was that just a big oversight blunder on my part? Might have been.
My vow is to serve. Explorators know one route. Forward.
Do I go for the big boy or do I clear out the trash? I think I go for homeboy over here.
I am your blade and shield. As the tenant, let your soul be purged.
Dude, if I think I can kill him. I think I can kill Aurora right here. This is going to be so disgusting.
Trust me.
Oh, that doesn't proc it? Death buff doesn't proc where it hurts. If that procced all those bleed effects, Aurora would have died right there. Oh! I can do it anyway.
Emperor, give me strength.
Because he has 28 stacks of bleed on him, which means he'll be taking 28 damage his next turn. But I'm going to hit him to triple proc it immediately.
I will. What a satisfying demise.
Death without regret.
There we go! Class is broken. I should not have been able to kill Aurora like that. This class is so overly powerful. That's so stupid. I love it.
If I may, in the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
Death shall reign. Through chaos, I stride.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Cover me!
So typically in this encounter, as you hurt Aurora more and more, I don't know who that chick is supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be the governor's wife. Anyway, as you whittle down the boss, she teleports further and further back, summoning more and more groups of enemies. And I don't think any more enemies are going to show up because of how I just deleted the boss.
Sow the seeds of discord.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Let's make it quick. One less burden to bear.
Oh! Dude, you just shot a bell for like 52 damage.
Rejoice in battle!
Hit reduced by 20, yeah. That'll happen.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. Anything else?
She can't. Oh, she can shout at him from back there.
Purpose guides me. What a satisfying demise.
Okay, that was a little anticlimactic.
The world trembles.
I swear
beneath
that fight
my
is really
feet.
hard if you don't have the DLC. Plus 4 max wounds when Veil Degradation with above 15, toughness plus 10. The life-draining sword, which has bleed built into it. It's actually a really nice sword for evil people. And then the Bringer of Terror. So if you were a soldier and you were a heretical soldier, this is almost like an endgame type weapon. Like, definitely takes you to at least Act 3. Just because of that armor pen and that rate of fire. If you made your character like an evil version of Argenta, that weapon is absolutely absurd. Now, on successful hit with this sword, target must pass a toughness resistance test with a -5 penalty. On failure, target suffers the bleeding effect, and veil degradation increases by 1. Hits against bleeding enemies restores 25% of the damage dealt. Its health. Yeah, we'll equip that. Oh, I forgot to give this to Dira. I almost feel like that'd be better for my character right now. Oh! Restores wounds equal to your heretical rank. Yeah. Increases health, increases max health. Increases wounds, increases max health, and then you restore 2 health each turn.
Embrace true power.
And we out. Monty wants me to hold his hand. Hold his paw. Thanks be to the Emperor, you allow your lordship. Most gratified by your return, and prove full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. What's the situation? Report. Navigator Sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engine steers. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his lock. May be angry, or perhaps is lamenting the injuries it suffered. Immediately initiate preparations for repair service. The Omnicide grants me comprehension. I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. Why did you not send anything to the planet for me? To apologize, Your Lordship, we were unable to receive your request for evacuation. Voxlink was overrun with violent interference. Screams, blasphemous hymns, other equally sinister noises. Any who listened to the interference for protracted period lost their sanity. Several dozen operators went mad monitoring the Voxcaster in the hopes of hearing your voice. Each one of them waited in vain. What's going on with the sun? Lord Captain, saw a number of ships approach the sun. Black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges, surrounded the star and then... Apologies, but I struggle to find words that could describe that terrible sight. Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. Drukhari. You see Avalon's expression changes as a shadow has suddenly fallen over and rubs his temples wearily. As if we didn't have enough troubles on our hands already. Xenos? Enemies of humanity? A breed of Eldari, most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ships matches the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect. Many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they're capable of. They're in league with the cultists? We can rule out that possibility. Drukhari would never ally themselves with the Arch-Enemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing that humanity and these Xenos have in common, it would be a shared loathing for warp corruption. The situation calls for immediate actions, Everix. Continue this conversation later if you wish, but right now, I believe you should assume command. What's going on the planet? Well, Augur operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the Arch-Enemy's powers at various locations on the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our Vox operators, practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converted to the blasphemous Final Dawn cult en masse and assembling in prayer circles. I fear that Record Minoris is lost. The situation deteriorating by the minute. We must leave this system as soon as possible. However, there's still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Besides a small number of our own shuttles, we have the shuttle salvaged from the starport. Dark-Eye's sister battles flash. We must save as many as we can. This all happened for a reason. And Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and our followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct all our efforts to saving those who, at this moment, look to the heavens in hopes of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the Electro Priests who guard and tend to it. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we're putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Record Minoris. The Von Valancius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish. So lamentable although it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. The world is doomed, its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards death. The finale of the Cult of the Final Dawn's plan. I once witnessed a similar event. A world that has surrendered to the service of the Arch-Enemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation, and they're willingly giving over to their souls to chaos. A sacrifice great enough to bring forth the demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct targeted bombing of the Electro Priest Monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. Worlds of oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we'll save millions of souls from a fate far worse than death, and save Record Minoris from becoming an outpost of the Arch-Enemy. Only death can rescue these people. The Undying One has reached out his hand to this world. It is time for him to reap his harvest. We must not reject his design, lest millions of names never reach him, and instead perish in the depths of the Empyrean. Death is a mercy, Domin Zephyrex. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit, as do I see that the storm is already upon us. Every moment that we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. How about the lady on this? No talking, we need to get out of here while we can. Something lurking in the depths of your consciousness bristles at the passing thought of saving people. The spike of horror you feel takes your breath away. It's as if you're planning to steal the prey from a mighty predator. The planet is already wrapped in a thread stretching out from the warp. It deserves a new master. Who can we rescue? Thanks to Sergeant Malagar's troops, we managed the crowds of frightened commoners. Thanks to Sergeant Malagar's troops, we can manage the crowds of frightened commoners and prevent them from overloading shuttles. However, I doubt we'll find even one high-born citizen among them. Thanks to you, there's many souls, so we can use them. The miraculous fusion reactor must be saved. Any delay caused by loading and transporting to the ship will cost us precious time. Do not deceive yourselves, Everix. If you indulge your vanity, you will doom billions to eternal torment at the hands of the Arch Enemy. That's kind of the goal, Heinrichs. Do not forget yourself, Interrogator. One more objection from you, I should forget all about the need to deliver you to Footfall alive. You take a flicker or something beneath Heinrich's sanguine mask. Whatever it may be, does not seep into the Interrogator's dispassionate voice. In that case, I consider it necessary to point out that the mark of the Arch Enemy could infiltrate the ship with the priest escorting the reactor. Keep that in mind for the future. Consider it done. It's likely our shuttle will have capacity to evacuate some people as well. Well then, evacuate the people. The bridge is in upheaval. Technomass prayers mixed together in senseless cacophony while servitors work hastily to remove hard and crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. Sacred unguents are pretty much like a mix of oil and blood, by the way. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with a day slate clutched to his hand, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. Crew, heed the word of the Magos Hanneman, Pascal. I request you take charge of this mess. Thank you, Lordship, you're right. Deck comrades, heed my instruction. There you go. Take care, Pascal. The prayers of the tech priest surrounding the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, pointing intently over the data slate in his hands, extends the Macandrite towards you. Please, take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vid screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. Typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as you saw at the Warren Chamber. Pascal's voice becomes imbued with furious force. Servants of the machine god, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of machine spirit propagation. Senior Technomass, cite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the canonical protocol. Omnissiah, rejoice! I must inform you that for the purpose of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and update of its datasmith blessings are required. If it is not done, then at launch the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in destruction of the data crypts. We do not have 100 hours at disposal. We must omit this procedure. My deviation from the rate of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. Just tell me what I gotta do. Place his hand inside the throat of the Cogitator Guardian, the Cyber Gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as key to the data core where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer our prayers so that way we may bypass protected protocol for defective connections and launch the warp sextant. Essentially, there's a mouth I'm going to stick my hand in the mouth. It's going to clamp down on my hand. It's going to hurt a lot, but it's going to be the only way we can get away from this planet. The massive errors of the Warp 6's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The operator did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with motive force. We're trapped. Perhaps I'll turn the Resian protocol. Let's see, launch of auxiliary coils. Hardiman is doing something. Vessel Treasury, reflector advisor betrays his anxious state. Well, Captain, I destroy transmissions from the data core, most likely residual cognitive functions of built-in servitors. Omnisci shield us from the machine ghosts. Machine spirit, hear me. Kachita's servant creaks quietly in his joints, a sound that is drowned out by the Benharic hymns and tapping of command runes. Ping, request injury, rescue. Query. Yes, Machine Spirit! Rescue Oh Hollow Machine Spirit, the name of the Onside and the Emperor. Reveal to us your power and guard us from against our doom. Pascal echoes your sentiments with triumphant sounds of Benharic hymn. His next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. Techbri's voice box crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped and clinical as ever. Registering. Warp Sextant activated. Registering data stream stabilization. Registering 0 data errors found. The warp engine is ready for translation. I'm also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion. Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of deactivation. Look, Captain, Raver here. Crew almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just received confirmation from engineering halls. Don't know what you did. Warp engine's up and ready to go. Ready to begin translation to the warp, your lordship. Get us the F out of here! Waiting for you to ascend Captain's throne, Lord Captain. Emperor, protect us. Hey, Ghastly! What's the look of division for, man? I have done nothing wrong. I am getting us out of here from this planet falling to corruption. Saving as many people in the process as I can. Appeasing machine spirits. I'm doing a good thing here. That's fair. The new emotes do have to do with what my PNG model will be. So, little sneak peek there, as it were. Let's go! End of the month! That's what we're shooting for, end of the month.
The Fon Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora Fon Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for
Hot take PNG tuber over VTuber. I think they both have their place. I never see anything in the algorithm showcasing PNG tubers. I'm always showing VTubers, never showing PNG tubers. So my guy's gonna stand out. PNG tubers are underrated. I feel that. I feel that. I feel like there's more movement allowed for VTubers, but PNG tubers have more freedom in what they can look like, if that makes sense. You don't really get that many trendsetters in the VTuber space. And when you do get a trendsetter, you get a lot of copycats immediately that try and follow suit. Then when you come across PNG tubers, they tend to be more unique. Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Celio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate real space to the Furbundus system. Lady Navigator and her pilots are waiting permission to begin the process. The Furbundus system is home to Footfall, only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Cronus Expanse. Tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp. Allow service the Omnicide to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds on the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Draconis, Janus, and Calvagama. Master Zachary Weiss has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Materium. The Liege of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader Von Valancius Dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, apparently, Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible. Footfall, a place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Dolores Rosso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he'll be interested in talking to you as well, Zerix. I'll be leaving in the void ship when we arrive on Footfall, Zerix. Once that's done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Lordship. Young Evane Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Evane swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during the comprehensive system inspection rite, this unit discovered data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher, sacrament of algorithmic authentication. Unit Von Valancius has been added to the access list as assigned identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator, provided he possesses the encryption key. Who is this Reverend? He is the head of the Drusian mission on Footfall and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of Von Valancius Dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your ship, I request we meet with Reverend Hieronymus. The shed blood has washed away the taint from our bodies. Only right that we now wash our souls with the blessing of the servant of the Undying One. Drusians, like blood-spun web, are devoted to asceticism, rejecting wealth and luxury and surrendering themselves to his service. Though their thread is different from ours, First Spinner spoke of them with respect. Let's see, why does the head of this place want to see me so badly? Not you personally, he wishes to meet with the rogue trader of Von Valancius Dynasty. Takara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. God is telling me that something must be very wrong with Footfall for our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. Let's see. Dakar is the head of the black market trading. This guy has an entire space station dedicated to black market trading. I'm glad you guys are liking the emotes. Vedas begins issuing instructions. Massive ship appears to change with every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. Vedas turns to you. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Leigh Theodore's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Takara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader and will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive at the station with proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit incognito. We're gonna go in quiet like. It'll be done. Gracious permission, I'll return to my duties. No pomp and circumstance for me. We're just gonna show up unannounced, unexpected. Here, you're unfortunately doing a rather poor job keeping order on lower decks. I got some kind of rash because of them. Mask of nonchalance on Starbuck's face shatters. She rolls up your sleeve with one hand, already pushing the tip of a long glass syringe into the center of the growing rash with the other. A cramp runs through your body and cold sweat breaks out your temples. But itching subsides, you start to feel much better immediately. The Emperor protected. Void leprosy is a terrible disease that has affected several of the lower decks in recent years. Our surgeons know of a remedy that prevents its development in an early stage of infection. If treatment is delayed, patient's fate is not pretty. When to begin to affect by LDA-14. Why was I informed immediately? Master Arm bows her head in obedience, her eyes burning with rage and shame. Please, Lord Captain, I beg you punish me for this ignominious transgression. I trust you to come up with your own punishment. On the first evening watch, I shall visit the temple and submit to the proper punishment of the flesh with a spiked scourge before his countenance. Self-flagellation, there we go. Hey, my debuff got removed. I didn't know I just had to talk to somebody to remove that debuff. Stick my hand in, get my hand bitten by the mecha gargoyle again. Get the encryption out of here. Side quest to do on other planets, on Kiova Gamma and Argonis. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly debuff too.
Domin.
No, Captain. We get reports of several ships moving towards us. Just the fact they're not responding to our hails and telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries. They're not here for a chinwag. Ready to issue or prepare for battle, your command. Get ready for combat! Because yes, guys, there is space combat in this game, and they do it actually really well. They do space combat in this game so good. For it not being the main form of combat, I enjoy it. Pretty much, you have to move your full move distance every turn, because, you know, your ship's flying, but every single gun gets to fire once, so it's not just one attack per turn. So you have your front cannon, your top mounted cannon, and your two side cannons. And then if you have a missile battery, you can fire from that as well. If you're too close when a ship explodes, you can take damage from being too close to the ship. And eventually you get other special abilities and things like that as well. So I know I need to heal up. Where's the button? Hull repair. There. And it has its own currency system of scrap. That you can use to upgrade your ship. And this section that requires no rep with these people with the Imperial Navy to get some stuff for your ship was put in because when the game was launched, there was way too many complaints that ship combat was too hard and too unforgiving. So they had to actually like put stuff in because like once you got going with the ship combat, it was really nice and fun, but it was so hard to get going, so they had to give people like better starting gear. it's mana! Sorry, man, I was too into reading stuff. We have 50,000 channel points. There you go. Speaking of which, I think I have some Neo 2 specific channel point redeems. I gotta make sure I turn them off while I'm not playing Neo 2. Because I don't want people to waste channel points on stuff that can't be redeemed. You've been here. Well, thank you for being here, and I'm sorry I haven't noticed you being here. I feel horrible. Oh my god, my doggies love me. Look at them. Look at my dog. They love me so much. They love me so much. Hi, Monty. Shouldn't you guys be napping? Yeah. You're still sleeping. What? I'm being invaded by Floof. The Floof is invading me, guys. Your Lordship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors of Requiem. There have been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying, all of them being blinded using various means. Fear there is reason to believe there were agents of the cult among the people who came on board. I knew the anathema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Let us march and drive it away. All three came? I see. Because they want to play. 11 bodies have been found thus far. First victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. Second had acid splashed in the face. Third was found wandering around on their last legs with metal pins sticking out of their eye sockets. Died before we could interrogate them. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways through blinding. No trace of killer's identity has been found. Yeah, who's watching over them? Serfs and planetary wardens were assigned to 2 auxiliary lower decks. Commoners were riled up and frightened by the calamity, so to keep their senselessness in check, we were only assigned those of sound mind to work and pump sedative gas through the ventilation into the compartments holding rest. Varied Praetor Electroid Impulse 6 and his retinue took refuge in one of the engineering bays, or more accurately, barricaded themselves in. The wise servants of the Omnissiah are fearful beyond measure that ignorantly people might damage or offend their miraculous fusion reactor, so they cloister themselves in their own personal fortress. Alright, begin the interrogation. If I may interject, there's no need. Interrogations have already been conducted. Put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered, though I decided not to disturb your lordship until I had the results. Well, I do now. I've already arrested, let's see, 4 perpetrators. The scenes of crimes that have yet to take place. Those aren't murders, they're suicides. Excuse you? The people we apprehended were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I'm confident all who perished did the same. In question, they all said the same thing, haunted by the sight of the dying Requiem Minoris. Even in their sleep, they still see the same horrific picture, so the sad wretches would do anything to make the nightmare stop. Perform cleansing liturgies. Certainly, Lord Captain, except I'm afraid it's not just the refugees. 3 of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew, watched Riker Renoris die, and had left their minds scarred. We all bear the mark of that dark catastrophe, for it was the attention of the ruinous powers that branded our very souls. May the God Emperor have mercy on us. You were warned, your lordship. It's regrettable you did not listen. See, Zoe down here, a baby girl, she likes to communicate through telepathy, which is just stare holes into your back of your head, assuming you know of her presence, and give her the attention she needs. That's how she communicates. She doesn't. She doesn't like glare at you. She just stares as intently as she possibly can. I did the wrong thing. Telepathic psyker, highly trained. She is highly trained. Higher than you know, man. Higher than you know. But Mana, do you like how Lucky's always just laying there. Lucky's such a good dog. You like how we were given the ability to perform Exterminatus
The Omnissiah
at the end of
knows
Act 1 here?
comprehends. May your
How does Act 1 end? Well, want to commit Exterminatus? We believe that's the best course. Oh, you didn't catch that. You're here for like 5 minutes to go home from work. So at the end of Act 1, when you're being told like, hey, you could evacuate or whatnot, you missed the final fight of Act 1, unfortunately. But when you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do, you have the option of trying to save as many people as you can, try and save the Electro Priests, or to fly away and then commit Exterminatus on the planet because the planet's fallen too far to corruption that you can just be like, you know what? Nuke it. I mean, it was falling to corruption way too fast. Let's see. Execution immediately inflicts 5 bleeding on ally of their choice. The ally gains Medicaid bonus percentage to dodge. An additional movement points till bleeding ends for any reason. No, well, we don't have Medicaid, so that one's useless. Till the start of the next turn, Execution gains bonuses to parameters for each creature, enemy, or ally in combat suffering from bleeding, burning, or toxin. So you can, so for every target bleeding, not the amount of bleeding, just every target that is bleeding, you gain armor percentage. For every target burning, you gain dodge percentage. For every target poisoned, you gain flat damage reduction up to a maximum of your toughness bonus. That's pretty cool. Only lasts for 1 turn. That's pretty cool. Execution's next ranged attack or psychic ability. Excuse you? Psychic ability? Or psychic staff ability. Inflicts the damage over time effect on all targets hit. The type of this effect depends on the attack's damage type. Poison for physical, burning for energy. So that doesn't have it. So the first 3 for execution abilities, I don't really care about. Let's see. All enemies suffering from damage over time effects of a 4-cell radius around the executioner immediately suffer an instance of the damage from these effects. They must also pass a resistance test based on your Medicaid, or suffer an additional negative effect. I don't have good Medicaid skill. That's the problem here right now. They either, if they're bleeding, they can be blinded. If they're burning, they can be slowed. And if they're suffering from toxin, they'll be staggered. Executioner replaces a third of their max health with the same number as a shield until the end of combat. While the Executioner has shields, all their melee attacks and damage over time effects deal an additional 30% of their max health as damage. Huh! Executioner's next melee attack forces all enemies to run away from the Executioner in a straight line up to 3 cells. During this movement, targets do not provoke attacks of opportunity and leave a blade trail on the ground which remains until the end of combat. Movement through these bloodstains costs the Executioner 0 movement. Like, all based on these abilities alone, I'm probably going to respec my character to Assassin. Unless there's something under your talents, next level, I'll give him next level, but unless there's something under your talents, I'm going to respec my character to Assassin. I don't care for any of the Executioner moves. Their base thing of bleeding with every attack, I like. But anything based on Medicaid, I can't utilize because I don't have any Medicaid. So it's not going to scale at all. Like, she's designed to become an Executioner. That's why she has 60 in Medicaid. But I think I'll make my guy an Assassin. Oh! Choose a zone. Enemies roll their dodge and parry test with disadvantage. Any enemies that suffer damage are left with less than 14 health die immediately. when do they get their next ability? Yeah, where is the guy to respect me? Oh, am I actually locked into Executioner now? This is gonna suck if I'm locked in. Although I can change to this. Monty, you're not climbing on my desk. I love you, buddy. You're not climbing on my desk, though. He wanna do doggy parkour? He does! He was like, I can do parkour. I'm good at doggy parkour. Okay, if I'm stuck with Executioner, at least I'll have a bonus 50% chance to crit. Because everything will be bleeding. The focus on my face? What, from the dog or just I'm reading, man. I'm trying to parse through everything. Hello, Makoto. You caught me reading intensely. And you caught Monty here. What's the puppers? He's been giving a lot of attention to us today. Hope your day's been well. Yeah, doggy. He's a good boy, that's why. He is such a good boy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Look at his face. Chilling with voice chat friends, nice! See, I talk about myself because I have no friends. They want to play so badly. That's what this is. They want to play so badly. I love you too. I love you. Yes, I do. Redeem player puppies. Okay, do you see? They like you guys. They want you guys to play. I'll make my camera bigger. I'll make my camera bigger. Hang on a second. Thank you. What did I say to you, Makoto? The doggies appreciate your contribution to the cause, guys. Yes, they are adorable doggies. And they love the attention and the affection. Absolutely love it. They're there for sometimes, but the doggies always. Yes! Always for the doggies. You gotta steal them? No, my doggies. You don't steal. You can steal the cat. The cat's a demon. You can take the cat. Yeah, Monty's impossible to steal. You'll never get Monty. He's an alarm system. He really is. Monty's such a good alarm system. Thank you. Okay, so we can change here. Thank you, thank you. There you go. So I'll have an assassin and I have an executioner. Now a quick save, because that was a whole lot of staring at the screen super intensely. Yes, thank you. I love my animals. I love my animals so much. Oh, we got ads starting in like 20 seconds, so I'm going to actually take them walkies. I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. We'll let them believe themselves. We'll be back after the ads end. Okay, we're back. Are you good, man? Like, how dare you leave the stream? You're never allowed back. It's unforgivable, Taurus. I'll never forgive you for having to do stuff outside of my stream. Breaks my heart. Revoking your VIP privileges. You get a finger wag. You get a finger wag, Taurus. Intense finger wag. Not the finger wag. Your lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obsequies. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on football incognito, so we're trying to attract as little attention as possible. I am here on behalf of the Liege of Football, Lord Vladimir Takara. Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence. If you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide to tell you about this station. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. Look at someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. Jared jerks her head, shakes it. This is the routine. Someone's coming. Coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain. Who's on? Judged by the voices. A lot of them angry. They got teeth. They aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such a cryptic
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome? The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
Are you?
This is how I'm doing it, Taurus. Alright, Esquires just got gunned down, man. This isn't a hard looking encounter. They just say blah blah blah. Yeah, that is kind of what happens.
I am a navigator, not a servant. I'm not a foe painted black.
Might re-download Baldur's Gate 3.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is a fun game.
I will triumph. Death shall reign. One step closer. What a satisfying demise. I will triumph. Purpose guides me. A
What suggestion we
blood-soaked
type and comes up?
tribute.
Day horny. That's kind of hysterical, dude. I love it.
Scared yet?
Guided by faith.
You almost never say it instead. How is it recently? I don't know why. The algorithm just knows, man.
Emperor eradicated.
It just knows.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
So look at Cabela. She just gets to run up to everything in the back row. Because so much stuff. She gets bonus movement whenever another person kills an enemy. Skill issue. I mean, he's not wrong.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Killing brings me no pleasure.
So it says at Wayne spray, you got the Hobie Gone spray. 2 peas in a pod right there, that's what that is.
The undying Emperor whispers his will.
Oh, the random shade. The random shade.
The other side awaits. As honor ordains. The shadows will see. I cannot serve you in this way. Death is a blessing.
Mentally unstable check. Yeah, I mean he gets the girls. It's just, are they sane?
Get to it.
That's always the question is, are the girls sane that he gets? And the answer is always no. Once you say I can fix them when no one can fix them.
What is this foreboding?
Mana is the walking embodiment of I can fix her.
Was that you? Or But of course.
Some you fixed and then they keyed your car. Close enough.
And conquer. What a satisfying demise.
Army maggot.
I was wondering what those zombies were. I was like, it says there's 3 enemies. I don't see them anywhere.
Advancing. The Omnissiah condemns you.
I don't know what you did, but they ripped up your tires, bent your handlebars after they broke up with you. Well, what did you do, Mana?
I have read tomes of military tactics. Witness the fury of House Orselio.
Your shit. Really? They break open you and break your shit? But it wasn't your fault. You had nothing to do with it. Can't be anything that you could have. Wait, you could have foreseen it. Well, I didn't do anything. I was just seeing a chick on the side. They didn't know. I didn't do anything. Emperor, protect me. They killed. Every time I warn them, and then they all go, Dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? I was a poor friend that broke up with you. Well, maybe you should have tried to fix them. Stop quivering on Watchworm. Answer me. Who would dare to attempt such an outrageous attack? Look, guys, we're at Embers. They're a gang. They're worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even leashed a car. He's around like he's expecting more bands to appear. Happen often? Shooting, yes. Attacks of nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Ambers, the vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. The wicked heretics. Respect nothing. Follow no rules. Joe said they were wrong. Say that this is why you don't go for people who need fixing. Even once push a girl over the edge.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
The Footful Dockyard is a blessed wonder of the all-powerful Omnissiah. The rest of the station is extraneous, a superfluous appendage.
I figured that code out all on my own, guys. I figured that one out all by myself. How long did it take me to play through Baldur's Gate 3 the first time? I want to say like 60 hours-ish. Took me a while. I like to do a lot of side quest stuff. If you want to like try and just burn through the game, you can do it pretty quickly. But if you want to do side questy type things, then it's gonna take you a bit. Yeah, it's definitely gonna take you a good couple months, which isn't a bad thing. That being said, I will play games that are like 100 hours long and stuff like that. I have been known to pick up the 100-hour plus game. This is one of them.
Let's see.
Not having access to the DLC when this game first came out, it took me 100 hours to beat this game. And I missed a lot of stuff, apparently.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
I've read about this.
I tread a path unexplored.
That's why a lot of the pamphlets and stuff that are on the ground that I'm picking up, I typically don't read because I read it all before. And most of it's not important. Like flavor text lore type stuff.
Why? Haven't I studied hard enough?
Like, I'm pretty sure the Baldur's Gate 3 collab that we do on Friday nights, I'm pretty sure we're never going to finish that playthrough. Like, I'm like 80% sure we're never going to finish that playthrough.
As it should be.
Which is a bad thing, because we have a lot of fun when we do it. You don't get that in Baldur's Gate 3, Taurus.
My house would be proud of me.
Like, you might get that if you turn off Fated Die. But you typically don't get that if you have the Fated Dies active. Skill-based luck. Well, no, there's a system in it called Fated Dice, which it's kind of like every time you fail, you have a higher chance to succeed, just naturally built in. So it makes combat go faster. It makes it so that way, like, you're not going to fail 5 times in a row when you have an 8% chance to hit, stuff like that. Yeah, it's like a comeback mechanic. Which I don't find to be a problem in that style of a game. Tall, hunched tech priest. Not gonna lie, Opticon 22 looks really badass. Tall, hunched tech priest stares at you unblinking. The breathing mask conceals his gaunt features. Skin on his hands is of sickly gray hue, while his augments show signs of combat damage and are plated in black chromium, giving him a general air of laboriousness. DD feels unfair sometimes. Because it's all skill-based luck. Like you guys said, skill-based luck. Initiate identification procedure. Unit is defined as Lugus Opticon 22 and is a fully authorized representative structural part of the Cognizant Fleet and priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic links, trade, deals, donations. Initiate official greeting procedure for esteemed high-value visitors. Glory success to House von Valancius. Requesting information exchange regarding contractual obligation, logistic data. Blah blah blah. A lot of tech mumbo jumbo. I'm willing to accept payment. There we go. Give me free stuff. I don't know why you gave me free stuff. Give me a request to go find planets. Cause I can do stuff that I'm important to him. Pretty much this is the Adeptus Mechanicus trader. There we go. Adeptus Mechanicus trader unlocked. He has new stuff to trade. Look for about 30 minutes. We're going to be doing this game for another hour and a half, 2 hours, so you got time. Heavy emergency cutter. Each attack with this saw increases wielder's crit damage by 2%. Bonus stacks and lasts until end of combat. Why did you only deal 67 damage? 627 damage. Oh, because you hit 4 times an attack. Okay. I cannot use that weapon. A las rifle, that has a 30% chance to gain an attack after you kill an enemy. Okay. So we're going to give this guy Mechanicus. I want to say somebody else gets 300 rep instead of 200 rep from Mechanicus Creations. We'll just give this guy Heretical Trophies for now. Which I don't have any. We'll give him nothing, he'll like it, and I'll give him, Oh! I'll give him that. Boom, rep 5. I was overthinking things way too long. Let's see, the Weber. Two-handed, ranged, exotic. 0 armor pen. Targets hit by this weapon passes agility resistance or become immobilized for a turn. At the end of its turn, the affected target must pass an agility resistance test to remove the effect or suffer direct damage equal to the target's agility bonus. It's interesting, it's not good. I'm going to immediately sell it back to somebody, but it's interesting. Better bolter for Argenta. That's for a character I don't have yet. Wait, what are the deflection gloves? These gloves allow the wearer to parry melee attacks with their ranged weapon using ballistic skill instead of weapon skill. It's interesting. So where'd that bolter gun go? There we go. Alright, onward to the next area.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
We got a priest to go see.
Every time I come here, I nearly go deaf. The sounds of the past assault my ears. Trumpets of glory interrupted by the rustling of rags and the clinking of coins above everything else.
Predictable. Let's seize the opportunity.
Operation successful.
The buzzing crowd has closed in on several hairy-looking individuals. Some of their faces smear fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. Massacre is about to take place. Just cut the throats already! What are they thinking letting that ship dock at footfall? They're all stricken. No, no cutting. We get their blood on us. We'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Be quiet, you scoundrel! Priest clad in simple black raiment cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right! Jetta stares at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Haronius. I'm surprised he's decided to intervene in a street squabble. Reverend, but these are heretics, real heretics. Whole plan is played. Folks say they all died over there. And why is that, huh? Because they're heretics. The Emperor punished them. There are no heretics. One of the people surrounded by the crowd raises his chin. Ran from the heretics, barely escaped their lives. There was no plague on our planet, only the arch enemy's minions. Whole army of them. Spits on the ground. And if you want to blame anyone, blame those who abandoned our world. Blame the governor. Blame the tech priest. Blame the masses of Kiava Gamma for forsook it in its darkest hours. What's up? Several dozen gazes born to you. Who are you supposed to be? I am the rogue trader of the Valencius dynasty. Yo, I'm an envoy of the Von Valencius dynasty. You come from Lady Theodora? Rebel Rouser bows his head respectfully. Pardon me, noble sir. We were just rooting our heresy here. Scrawny ones. They're from the ship that came from the bowels of the Cronus Expanse. Got plague here. Mutants. Now they're spraying that rot everywhere. That taint. They're all... Silence! Must be completely out of your minds. Band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. What's so wrong about that, Reverend? Just want to put these heretics to death. Not heretics! Man on verge of tears. We're refugees. I swear on the golden throne. Serve the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors and heretics, a lot of them. Murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you. The priest, the wretched group huddling in the center. How tiring! Motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard in the eyes. So many hues, most of them are acrid yellow streaks of fear. The red buds swelling, ready to burst in pain all who gather here. Looks at the crowd of troublemakers wearily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, shrouded in purple-black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of the glacier. The commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me, Zavrix. I represent Von Valencius, Masters Kiava Gamma, and thus I have the right to decide what to do with these people. Come on, look at this. Disperse. For the rest of you, dock Alpha Faro and await further instructions. What do you think we'll listen to you? Maybe one of them. You're here to help your heretic boys, huh? Sure you say you're Von Valencia, but who knows if it's true? Just stay out of this. You two, priest, dare oppose me? See the crowd's attention has distracted refugees from Canada and make a run for the docks. Go on then, wreak your depravity. The Emperor already sees all the rotten baseness that reigns in your souls, and I place my hopes in his judgment.
I will be your end.
Well, the preacher strolls away. Well, I tried.
Me. Face the Navigator's might.
I love how strong this girl is. She is so stupidly strong.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
I tread a path unexplored.
This is just giving you lore about Footfall right here. It was like a station that wasn't finished being built, so they kind of just let it go. So it's like a half-built station.
Perfection.
The man with the face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bones fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. Pretty simple black claws have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. The cracked voice is the Emperor protects. Emperor protects, Reverend. But it protects only those who are pure of heart. You think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valancius. Name carries weight, burdensome one, for his reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? Have no doubt about me. I'm a complete reprobate, and an inveterate miscreant whose existence is an affront to the Emperor. Why would I say that? Why would I say that to a priest? It's so hard to pick heretical options sometimes. It's so hard to pick the heretical option sometimes. He studies you with his heavy gaze, then erupts in a fit of laughter, the voice so hoarse you feel his vocal cords are about to snap. At least you're not lying to yourself. You're a filthy blasphemer and a blight in his eyes, as am I. As are we all. This is the Cronos Expanse. There's no virtue here, only profanity steeped in villainy. Oh my god, I was so over the top about being evil, the guy thought I was joking. He looks at Argenta, who's standing nearby, voice softened slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was the pilgrimage fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let be known to you that Theodora von Valancius' ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, says Neely hissing fury, and not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled more than that. Their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Heronius, I wish to join the esteemed rogue traders crew and help protect the von Valancius dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding for Fall Valkyrie. I could use her assistance going forward. I will corrupt this sister of battle, so help me God. Follow the call of your soul, sister. For Fall Valkyrie will be preserved. reserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. I know what it is that caused you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You see combat. Perhaps you forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meeting. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, but perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. Before you start on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on football. Brought me troubling news from the shadow quarters, darkest corners where the Legion's wardens do not venture. Taint has taken root. Football is consumed by profanity. But even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. Cultists who now dwell in shadow quarters mark their abodes with sun inscribed in blue and gold. Woo! And form strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us. I wish to see retribution. You know, I come across heresy surprisingly often these days. Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow ever more eager to embrace heresy, both on footfall and elsewhere. Its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kavagama, and just recently, a transport ship by the name of Navishka, teeming with refugees, arrived on footfall from Winterscale's realm. The world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee to save themselves. The Liege refused to accept them, and so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of vileness. We'll check it out. Great pleasure. I always wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Zevrix, is there more you wish to ask me? Gotta spread the word of the Emperor here among the vile. Oh, we get to know about one of the other two rogue traders in the area, because there's 3 rogue traders in the system, including myself. One is Incendia Corda. Have you heard of Aspis Corda? Pirate, blasphemous, xenophile, and an egregious apostate. Incendia is her heir, and a rarity among rogue traders. The protection of the Holy Warrant typically leads to the swift atrophy of conscience and pious dread, but not in Incendia's case. She relentlessly hunts down pirates and firebrands and brings rebelling colonies to repentance, establishing strict discipline. Way of her wrath is great indeed. Colonies she punishes are girded with the orbital rings of heretic corpses as a warning to the survivors. As her personal confessor and guide, I find no end to the joy of her triumphs and faith bring me. She goes to places, hunts down heretics, and then creates orbital rings around the entire planet with the corpses of people she deems are heretics. And this priest is like, it's glorious work. I see. You found yourselves an excellent patroness. Now you're all too eager to spread the word of her piety. What good are her riches to us? Faith gives us all we need. It is she who is indebted to us. It was a Drusian expedition that discovered the cryo vault in which Aspis had imprisoned her. If it hadn't been for us, she would be resting there still in her frozen slumber. Ah, we got ourselves a stronger navigator staff, I think. And a chainsword about as strong as my two-handed sword. But that'll be our prize for Argenta, is the heavy bolter. 8 to 16 rounds and every volley, 6 to 10 damage, 25% armor pen. Deals a lot of damage. That takes a lot of rep for being just as strong as what I'm using right now. Just gives you wounds in a different way. And I'm actually not going to be using Argenta. That's why I'm like kind of looking through this to see if there's anything I actually care about from these people. And yeah, he's got some really good stuff. I was smart. I remembered he only likes holy gifts. I was smart remembering that. Like, he'll take other stuff, but you only really gain rep with holy gifts and jewelry. Welcome back, Doris. I'm trading goods. With this priest who doesn't really want anything from me, but I'm making him take stuff. I'm like, hey priest, you want anything? He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, you should take this stuff so that way I can buy more from you. He's like, but I really don't want. I'm like, you should take it. You like it. He's like, I'll take some of it. Still wasn't enough to get him to like anything from me.
Intriguing.
I am having fun, thank you very much.
Ruinous favor prevails.
We're exploring this half-built space station.
The machine god.
We met a priest that, you know, is a Warhammer priest, so he's, you know, all about the Emperor.
Irrefutable certainty.
Dude's all about Big E.
predictable.
Looking for all the secrets this place has to offer, you know.
Embrace true power.
Try and find side quests, things like that.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
I mean, we're also picking up anything not nailed down to the ground. Dude, is it macabre? The thing about how macabre this is that, like, this statue to the God Emperor, it is a skeleton. All made out of one piece of stone. That giant statue. Thing looks badass.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
It sucks that you have to play on minimum settings, but at least you get to play it.
Operation successful. The machine god grants me insight.
Let's seize the opportunity. Triumphant, as always.
That is a better weapon, just because than what I'm using than the Silent Verdict. Because of that armor pen. Armor pen is something that should not be ignored. What's in here? A dead body.
I've read about this.
I've read about this. It's called a corpse. They're all over the place. Trying to walk around and gain an extra level, you know. While these ads are finish up, I gotta go preheat the oven. Give me just a moment. What class should you play? Play a Necromancer. Rejected gesture for your attention. Rogue Trader. I'd like to remind you about Reverend Erroneous' quest. He asks us to search for potential cultists then. You know the place better than me. The rumors of heretics are true. There was a time when I would have said it's likely a fabrication. One can say many things about Hasbalic Mission and the other shady operators in Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor, so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics from the territory. But now, the heretics have launched an open attack on a rogue trader ship. A member of your dynasty, Kunar Vorvir, has turned out to be one of them, and Footfall itself is sinking deeper and deeper into madness. In these times of strife, I'm willing to believe in heretics who openly perform the dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens with sacrilegious symbols. Being weighed by something. What? No. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. Minor personal weakness, but I'm ready to fight as ever. It'll have no effect on my combat skills. I would like to know what this personal weakness is. Members of my crew cannot keep secrets from me. You're right. I'll explain. It's about the circumstances of my arrival on Footfall. I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall, but my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on board, decades had flown by in real space. When at last I arrived on Footfall, it felt like I had been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the mall. People who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. Reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under protection of Reverend Heronius. How would you say his name? And his brethren. They were more than up to the task, and they had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixus seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. I hope the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. Can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium need me. There was a sign, almost point, that showed me the right path to leave Footfall. It's not something I can speak of like this on the street in this den of malice. So yeah, when you travel through the warp and I say it's
fascinating,
unpredictable.
The Shadow Quarters.
She went on a 3-day voyage that lasted for like 80 years.
I enjoy it here. This place reminds me of the flagship's freight line. Almost like home.
As it should be.
the world will bow.
Who holds a flamer like that, you idiot? What must be fueled here? We'll show you how it's done. I'm just not feeling it anymore, that's all. The guy's pretty much a cinder now. It's a lot more fun when he was alive than actually about.
Embrace true power. Your struggles are in vain.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Look at that, here comes another train talking to us. Fire it up, you lot.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Try to die with grace, at least.
Sounds like you'll get to play soon enough.
If I may.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
17k. Dude, you're gonna be at like 50k by the time I get my stuff.
Doubt is for the weak.
Out of my way.
I've never felt pain like this.
Let's get to it.
Dude just almost one-shot my entire party when he just ran up here.
Protect the fallen.
That's nutty. Dude guys just run up and instantly kill my whole party. 31k. You'll be the hugger, Scampus. Don't you worry, I'll have stuff set up for you guys. I feel like I did put my character here to be like a sacrificial lamb.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Another foe painted black. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may.
Let's make it quick. Hold on.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Here we go.
You don't frighten me.
By the manner
You don't frame me!
shall know.
One shot!
Pathetic.
He don't friend me. Maybe he should have frightened you a little bit.
Trust me.
Homeboy's got 200
I
health.
shall not fail.
200 health and 50% armor damage reduction. Maybe he should have. Maybe he should have scheduled a little.
As honor ordains. As the tenants demand. Trust me.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Your efforts amuse me.
So it means after this you'll have less dodge and less movement.
Hold on. Here we go.
And then they just stunned out Argenta from return.
Let's get to it.
This is a hard encounter.
Show me what you've got.
Running binaric override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Activate Calculated Fury algorithm.
Best line of the game so far. It's the best line of the game 'cause she said it and then she immediately kicked the bucket after she said it.
Prognosis is favorable.
A blood-soaked tribute. I will triumph. What a satisfying demise. I see the forbidden.
Oh, my guy did the jump attack and then didn't bother attacking because something got discovered. And it canceled out the animation. That is sucky. I'm in danger.
I know what is to come.
Be gone!
On it.
Let's get to it.
Hydraulics are failing.
Time to slaughter someone. An offering of blood. The shadows will see it done.
So if Pascal hits him, he'll probably die next turn. If Pascal can live long enough to hit him.
Out of my way. Let's make it quick. Hold on. Here we go.
Stop it!
Let's get to it. My resolve is unshaken.
Well, good luck, Baldur's Gate 3. Wish me luck here.
Request approved. Running binaric override. The Omnissiah no vulnerability analysis successful. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Okay, so the guy should die at the start of his next turn. He should just bleed out.
Purpose guides me. Death shall reign. I need no guidance. I will a blood-soaked tribute descend upon the weak. Death shall reign.
You know what? I'm not even going to give the chance for the guy to do anything. I'm just going to shout him down.
Will do.
Now I'm going to give this guy the opportunity.
Farewell.
We got one permanent injury until you get to the Void Ship. And I'll need to use one heal kit on Pascal. Nobody else got injured, thankfully. I don't even think Cabela got injured. Yeah, she doesn't.
Rejoice in battle! Power resides in the will of the righteous. As the Emperor none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death.
My frail organics required it.
So that was a little bit of a sketch. It's a good thing I quick saved before the battle. Because them killing my whole party outright was not ideal. I'll go balanced. I think you should be fine on balanced if you've played any type of D&D game before, and you have. I think you should be perfectly fine balanced.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
But for tonight, guys, we got options on what we're playing tonight. Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, some Dark Souls 3, or should we be doing
I tread
more
a
Neo
path
2?
unexplored.
Those are my options tonight between the four.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Ruinous favor prevails.
Using a grenade costs 1 AP less. Enemies suffered plus 2 damage from grenades. I've never really used somebody focused on grenades.
My warp sight reveals something.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Fortune smiles on us, an ill omen. The shadows reveal their secrets.
Let us see what I found.
I love how there's just Zeech symbols everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, we don't bother with those.
I see what others do not.
My house would be proud of me.
The world will bow.
The Whispers told me a secret.
Intriguing.
Like those symbols are literally everywhere. The symbols of Zeech. Great, sir. What brings you here? Want to watch us break our backs out here, eh? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the denizens and guests of the station. Man winks and salutes you with his flamer. What you doing? Just burning rats, and some trash, and some parasites of other sorts. District's under quarantine, see? Got hit by something nasty. Disease. Maybe it isn't a disease, just some bugs and worms that crawled out from the ship or other. Bit odd that happened here and not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start there. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill all the bugs and worms. But I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that block way over there snuffed it. And the Liege wasted no time getting the district surrounded so that nobody could leave. So you have no idea what's going on? No, we don't. Don't want to find out. Something nasty's cropped up. The right move is contain it, kill it with fire. Not go see what it is and why it's there. How did they die? Who knows how they die? You know, people die. Found them in the hovels, already dead. Blue sores on their body, and they stank something awful. Which is why the lot that found them didn't even risk gluing the corpses. Good on them, I guess. Doesn't mean we let them out, of course. People who found them reported, so we locked them in and burned them alive. What if I went in a quarantine zone? Nope, not gonna happen. We're letting in no one. It's Warhammer, yeah, it is Warhammer! I'm telling you right now, bribes and intimidation won't work on me. Don't even try. File a petition with the Liege if you're so desperate. My advice to you would be to go your merry way. Shoot, ask questions, never. That's because of forbidden knowledge. You don't want the forbidden knowledge there, Mana. Forbidden knowledge leads to corruption. You don't want to be a heretic, do you?
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Watch out.
Empyrean guides my
Cast your eye there.
gaze.
Necromancer is wizard. It's a subclass of wizard. So when you get to specialize. Sorry. You want the forbidden knowledge of knowing the recipe to Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No, that leads to some corruption there. You don't want to be corrupted by that knowledge, man.
Embrace
Pay
true
attention.
power. Fate beckons me. Perfection.
I don't know. Ignorance is a blessing in Warhammer. The more you know, the more you thirst for knowledge, the more Zeech gets his claws in you. You should only know what you need to know and nothing else.
Oh my, this place has so... Every shade I can imagine is floating in the air.
Colors, you say? Next, she'll be asking us to take her on a tavern crawl. Spare me.
You need to know how to cook, do you? Do you need to know? I mean, what's next? First, you want to know how to just cook Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Next, you want to know how to cook, you know, Cheerios. Next, you want to know how to cook Oreos. There's no end to it. And then next thing you know, you have 5 eyes sticking out of the top of your skull and out of your arms, and those birds call, and you think that's normal.
Beneath my feet.
The machine god grants me insight.
Cook your heretics, you just burn them. You burn them until there's nothing left of them. This guy has like 10 pages of dialogue. That's what I'm skipping right here, by the way. He's just giving you backstory about Footfall that has no bearing on anything. No, you don't want to eat heretics, Mana. That sounds like heresy stuff. You eat a bit of heretic, and then you get the corruption in your body, and then it never leaves, and then you become a heretic. That's like a super fast way to heresy. Is to consume a heretic. Come on, just wearing a heretic's boots can corrupt you.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
Let's seize the opportunity.
Ah. You just got gifted a sub to Emperor Paradox. Yeah, it happens. I raid Emperor Paradox usually a bit. She's one of the people I tend to raid when I'm done streaming in the afternoon, so maybe that's why it gifted you a sub to her. You followed them just now? Yeah, she does a just chatting. She says a lot of base things. I like watching her streams and her YouTube videos.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
She doesn't say crazy stuff. I'm trying to use young people slang here, Taurus. Cooked heretics fear to the warp demons and kill the demons, baiting demons with cooked heretics. That still sounds like heresy, Mana. Doing anything except purging heretics from the galaxy leads to more heresy. Two heretics, one sword. No, but then you're dabbling with more heresy stuff. You don't want to be doing that. Right, bro's just trying to excuse his heresy. Clearly what's going on.
Intriguing.
Oh, by the throne, that's him, isn't it? Poor sap who got his tongue cut out by Anvers. It's the one, I think he was from Casbalica. Well, his troubles are over now.
Fortune smiles on us. An ill
I
omen.
did it?
That's right, they show you somebody who just goes and randomly unalives themselves. Like, hey, you wanna see some Warhammer shit? Exactly what that was.
Embrace true power.
Hey, it's Rizza. Woman looks to be in her 40s, surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, while the left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of a prosthesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulders to her knuckles. Looking for something specific? Buy, maybe sell, and don't be shy, just ask. Old Rizzo knows all kinds of folks. Grandpa Bachval says hello. Face breaks into a broad smile. Old rascal. I thought he croaked in the mines a long time ago. Old man Bachval's still alive and kicking, you say? He and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together. And all the weird and wonderful things we've acquired. Bachval wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. Busted did him a good turn. Because of that, old Riz is going to give you a special discount. You get five profit factor off from all items from this faction. That is such a huge bonus for one line of dialogue that you did in Act 1. Openly admits to stealing from the Ecclesiarchy. And willing to steal from the Adeptus Mechanicus. You're like, yeah, we're scum. How's it going? Want to do business with us? It's like, actually, I kind of do. See, I don't even know what she offers. I just want it. Yeah, gives you extra parry reduction and armor pen for all melee attacks. That sounds fantastic. Healing, yes. A bleeding greatsword. On crit inflicts a bonus stack of the lacerating effect. Each stack of laceration, all attacks of this sword against the same target deal bonus 10% damage. Per stack. So that's going to go to my executioner directly. You get to rank 7 the Pyromancy staff to end all Pyromancy staves. There was a bounty hunter. Whenever they kill a target marked as prey, they gain a stacking bonus. Again. Oh, you get double bonuses from bounties. When you're dual wielding melee weapons, which my character will be doing, plus 10 weapon skill and 15% crit damage. Alright, we got more to do on Footfall here. But before we do any more major combat, that'll be next time we go to play.
Uncover my path.
We'll keep exploring Footfall next time. Cause I have no idea what I'm playing tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna play it by ear. Let me drop a save here, and then we're gonna go raid somebody. See who's on my list. Maybe we'll raid Ember Paradox. I raid her a lot. And then tonight, like I said, I'm up in the air between like 4 different games and what I'm going to be playing tonight, so we'll figure that out. Let's see, who to raid, who to raid. Yeah, we'll raid Ember.
Emmy winning The Traitors is back for an all-new season. Here we go again. To get the job done.
We're going to wait a few seconds because it looks like she's got an ad running for like 20 seconds. I don't want to raid her in the middle of an ad.
With that cocky attitude, you might get yourself in trouble.
Baby, I'm gonna be employee of the month. Oh, I've missed this. If I were there,
Yeah, I'll see you guys tonight.
Things are about to get murderous. But only metaphorically, I hope.
Than I ever anticipated. That's something to bear in mind. I never thought